Hello, hello, welcome. If you are joining us live from home, then just know that you might want to grab a little brick or a chunky hardback book or something like that and pop it towards the front of your mat. And just know that you're going to really designate that part as the front of your mat, and the other end we're going to call the back of the mat, because today we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to try and wake up our minds as well as our bodies for the weekend ahead with our yoga practice. And so we're going to go in lovely circles around the mat today and kind of just get out of this very linear forward-facing pattern of movement that we have as humans, get into some slightly different ways of opening ourselves up. And today's class is all about opening ourselves up away from this feeling of hunching up against the cold, or maybe working all week at a desk at a computer, and seeing if we can feel a little more open, a little more bright, beginning to explore these possibilities of movement away from just forward facing. And when we do that, when we move away from our habits, it can feel like quite a lot sometimes. It can feel quite intense or overwhelming, because we're really literally beginning to turn ourselves inside out from how we normally are. But I really want you today to see if you can trust the kind of strength and support of your foundations in all of the poses that we're supporting. So really enjoying the strength of your legs to hold you so that you feel really safe and really steady and comfortable as we open ourselves up bit by bit, ready for the rest of our weekend ahead. So that's what we're going to do today. I'm actually just going to show you the flow first, because some of you won't be able to see me all the time during the class. So at some point in the near future, you will be in a downward facing dog. And we'll send one leg to the sky as you breathe in to step it between the hands. You can always help your foot along a little. We're making a high lunge here. So once you're steady, reaching the arms high, opening up. And then cactusing the arms, bending the elbows, bend the back knee just to hover off the floor. That's strong foundations. Reaching the arms high, lengthening your waist. And then twisting towards your front leg. So I'm twisting to the right, right hand back, left hand forwards. Then imagine you're swimming backstroke with your arms. Pivot the back heel down through warrior two. And the front hand lifts to reverse that warrior. We'll take it into a side lunge from here into the knee that's already bent. So facing the side of the room, you can be quite high. As we get warmer, if you feel a bit more ninja, you can come down low. And that gives us the space to sweep it round to the back for a low lunge. Back knee down, reaching the arms high, really breathing yourself a little more open. And then framing your foot. We'll meet back in down dog. You can step straight back, or you can take it through a vinyasa. You can have a little wriggle, you can have a rest. You could pop out a handstand there if you really wanted to, whatever you want to do for your weekend ahead. And we'll do that like 7 more times, and we'll begin to add on it and see where we can take it today. I've got a really playful moment towards the end as well that we're working towards. So let's start lying down on the back. Just as well, some of you are there already. Good. And as you come to lie down, just take a little moment to land. Maybe there's something like a stretch and a yawn, a little roll around on the floor. Really enjoying this moment of arriving into a warmer space and this little bit of time that you've managed to find for you and your yoga practice right at the beginning of your weekend this morning. And when you do feel ready to settle today, we're actually going to start by bending up the knees and popping the feet down onto the mat and seeing if you can find a place where it feels like your knees are stacking on top of your ankles, which is really hard to know where that is. See if you can feel into that stacking of your architecture here using your proprioception, your awareness of your body. And then let your arms drape down by the sides of your body, turning your palms to face down so that the sensitivity of your hands, your fingertips can feel the texture or the temperature of the ground beneath you. Maybe you wriggle the toes and just note the feeling of the mat beneath your feet as well. And as you enjoy the firm support of the ground beneath you, let yourself just sink and settle into that for a moment, landing and arriving. Maybe arriving here with a few slightly deeper breaths. So breathing in through the nose, slow breath in here. And out through the mouth. Let that breath flow away. Lovely. Same again, drinking in some space, some clarity. And exhaling out. anything that's heavy, stagnant still. One more breath of fresh air, blowing away the cobwebs. And as you exhale, arriving into your practice, this time as you breathe in, can you press your lower back firmly into the mat, imprinting your back down? And as you breathe out, just release that effort. Let the spine return to its natural, curvy, normal shape. So same again, pressing your lower back into the mat, a little tuck of your bum under. And then releasing that, letting your spine return to your natural curvy shape. And we'll take that a few more times. It's quite a subtle, nourishing movement, just noticing how your spine and pelvis are related, how they can move with and against one another. You can continue that, or maybe the next time you press your back down, you press your feet down and lift your pelvis an inch or so off the floor. And then lowering your pelvis back down, releasing that effort, let the spine return to natural and curvy. So same again, this feeling of tucking the bum, pressing the back, maybe lifting up slightly higher, but there's no need to come up anywhere near your highest possible stretch so early in the class, so early in the day. So we're unfurling the body. I'm hoping that after a few rounds of this movement, you're beginning to feel that lovely, strong foundation that we're looking to enjoy today. The support of your muscles in your legs, your bum beginning to switch on a little bit. Really relying on that foundation to hold and support us as the rest of the body begins to open up, as it begins to feel more spacious, as we begin to unfold ourselves. So doing a few more times. If you would like to, you might be coming up towards what you might think of more as a bridge pose, towards the shoulder blades, really listening to how that feels for your back. And seeing if you can control your descent bit by bit all the way back down to the ground. This next one, last one, let's see if we can add the arms, lifting the arms up as you lift your hips, reaching your hands all the way to the back of the room, keeping your fingers stretching to the back of your room. Take a breath at the top. See if you can squeeze your inner thighs together. Keep reaching your hands to the back of the room as you roll down through the spine, reaching back, rolling down through middle back. And as your lower back and pelvis come down, releasing all of that effort, let the spine return to neutral. Then take a sway of the knees from side to side and release that very linear pattern of movement from your back. Eventually, we'll hug the knees in towards the chest. Notice how that once again presses the whole of your back on the floor. And take a little roll around on the floor here. So we're just using the floor almost like a little massage for the big muscles of the back, maybe circling the knees to ease into any tender spots at the base of the spine. Eventually, taking hold of the back of the thighs and with a little scoop of the belly in, let's take a few rocks and rolls up and down through the spine. So inhaling to come up and exhaling to rock back, and just use that momentum, maybe just to kind of coax yourself into motion today, begin to build up a little bit of that momentum, waking us up, and then seeing if you can use that momentum to bring you all the way up and over into all fours, wrists beneath shoulders, knees beneath hips, spreading your fingers wide. And as you feel the ground beneath you here, just begin to move your body in any way that feels really inviting this morning. So it could be traditional cat-cow, arching through the spine as you breathe in, and then rounding, doming through the back as you breathe out. But knowing that today's class is all about kind of moving away from forward-facing linear patterns of movement, you might just let this dissolve into something much more wriggly, much more freestyle. Use this opportunity to explore the wonderful freedom of movement that we have available through our bodies, that we don't always get to access in daily life. Don't worry what it looks like. Maybe close your eyes and just use this movement to feel into the quality of that space within you as it little by little opens up, layer by layer, unfurling. More space for your breath to flood into, refreshing breath. Drink it in, filling up. And as you wriggle your way back through to center, let's bring left hands beneath your face, middle of the mat here. Breathing in, reach your right arm to the sky, lift and open up. Thread right arm all the way under your left arm, reaching through towards the side of your room. Keep it flowing, reach that right arm high, breathe, you're expanding. And then threading that arm through, spiraling through space. One more time, a feeling of opening up as you lift higher. This time, bring your right forearm across the front of the mat. It's a pillow for your forehead to rest on. Reach left hand out in front of you, as far out in front of you as you can, so you're sinking your heart, your armpits down to the floor. Bum is sticking up slightly into the sky. Try to relax your face and your shoulders and see if you can breathe into the whole circumference of your rib cage, expanding here. A little scoop of the belly in to guide your way back up through center, through all fours. Maybe a little movement to release however that felt, whatever was happening in that moment. And then same to the other side. Right hand beneath your face, reach left arm to the sky. Big breath, you're opening. Threading that arm through, diving down to the floor. Same again, this feeling of opening yourself up, unfurling, moving away from forward-facing linear patterns of movement. Good, last time to lift higher, breathe a little bigger. Bring your forearm across the front of your mat. It's a pillow for your head to rest on. Reach right arm out in front of you. See if you can sink your heart, your face, your armpits down a little closer to the floor. Try to relax across your shoulders and then breathe into the whole of your rib cage. Every breath, exploring that space within you. And with a little scoop of the belly in here, gather yourself back up through center, through all fours. Maybe there's a little wriggle. Don't carry any of that with you. Take as long as you need here on all fours. And eventually spreading your fingers, tucking your toes, lift your knees, send your hips high. We're easing back into our downward facing dog. Once you get there, just shake out the head, relax the neck a little. Don't let anything too heavy or stressed creep into your shoulders. And as you look back towards your feet, you can definitely take a little pedal out through the legs. Enjoy that stretch through the whole back of your body. Seeing if you can press your hands down into the ground to get that lightness of your hips lifting to the sky. A little longer through your waist, broader across your back. Breathing into the whole circumference of your rib cage. Every breath, refreshing breath, flowing away the cobwebs, waking you up, replenishing your energy. Pushing the floor away with a little scoop of the belly in. We're going to bend the knees as much as you need to baby step your feet up to your hands, or maybe the hands walk back to your feet, finding floppy, dangly forward fold with a generous bend in the knees. Shake out your head, soften your neck, let the arms dangle forwards. Maybe you take hold of opposite elbows. Or you might even today want to interlace the hands behind your back and float your knuckles higher. Your choice. Maybe there's a bit of movement here. Maybe you prefer stillness. Just giving the body time to release, to unfold. Remember that quality of breath. Drink it in. Find a bit of space and clarity. Every breath refreshing, replenishing. Good. Take one more here. See if you can really open yourself up from the inside with your breath. And then with a little scoop of the belly in, releasing your hands, bend the knees. Let's roll our way all the way up through to standing with care, stacking your way up. And as you get to the top, you can lift the shoulders towards the ears. Melt the shoulders down the back. Lovely. And come to stand towards the front of your mat. Feet hip distance apart, toes pointing forward. Spreading the toes wide as you enjoy your feet pressing into the floor. Scoop the belly in and imagine floating the whole balloon of your rib cage. Little lighter, little more buoyantly floating above your pelvis. Shoulders melting down the back, arms draping by the sides, soft fingers. Ready to flow now, smoothly with your breath. So circle the arms wide and up to the sky. Breathe. Hands down through prayer, through center. Calming breath out. Same again, this feeling of opening up into your day. Hands down through prayer, through center. Calming breath out. Lovely. One more. Find your flow, your rhythm. Keep going. Riding this breath through the rest of the class. So this time, circle the arms wide. We're pausing at the top. Cactus the arms, bend your elbows, draw the shoulder blades together. Circle the arms down, forwards and up, breathing in. Forward fold, diving down, you can definitely bend your knees. Hands on shins, lift up halfway, lengthening your waist. Folding back down, let your head be heavy, soft neck, soft face. Circle the arms wide, lift and grow tall, reaching up. Cactus the arms, bend the elbows, opening the chest more. Circle the arms down, forwards and up, lifting tall. And forward fold, diving down smoothly to the floor. Let's lift up halfway, slide your shoulders back and let yourself fold deeper, scooping the belly in. Circle the arms wide, lifting, grow tall, long waist. Cactus the arms, last time, shoulder blades kissing behind you. Circle the arms down, forwards and up, breathe in. And forward fold, diving down smooth to the ground. Lift up halfway, lengthen, breathe. Hands down, step both feet back to plank, pausing in this moment of strength, but breathing to feel light in your strength. So doming the upper back slightly to the sky like it's a balloon. And then dropping your knees down, bring your chest down all the way to the belly. Lift the heart, shoulders back, elbows hug in. Let's sit back to the heels for child's pose, bowing down to the earth. As you reach your hands out in front of you, rise up onto your fingertips. Get that brightness across your armpits. Breathe into the whole balloon of your ribcage. Refreshing breath, knowing you can return here at any point. But for now, we're meeting in our down dog. So press your palms down, tuck your toes, lift your knees, sending your hips high, probably a little bit of movement to ease into your body. It's a cold morning. We're not expecting to be immediately really flexible and mobile. So take your time. See if you can find more space with real care and curiosity, gentle attitude towards yourself. Knowing that we're moving with this breath now around the mat. So lift your right leg to the sky, sweeping it high. Stepping between the hands, take your time, finding high lunge. Front knee is bent, reach the arms high, lifting. Cactus the arms, soften back knee, hovering down, reaching the arms high, lengthen your waist. Twist to your right hand back, left hand forwards. Imagine swimming backstroke with your arms, pivot your heel down through warrior two, and right hand lifts, reversing your warrior. Side lunge into your right knee, face the side of the room. To transition to the back of your mat, bring it around and bring your right knee down through low lunge. Sweeping the arms forwards and up, breathe. Beautiful. Frame your foot. We meet in down dog. You get to choose how you get there. You can take it through your vinyasa, through plank, lower down as you normally do. Any extra little wriggles along the way. See if you can think about cultivating space from the inside of your body, bit by bit, opening up, and then filling that space with lovely, light, expansive breath. Breathing into the whole of your rib cage, replenish it. Exactly the same flow to get back round to the front. So right leg to the sky, lifting it high. Stepping forwards, take your time, smoothly gliding through high lunge. Reaching the arms high, lift, open up. Cactus the arms, soften back knee, hovering down. Good, reach the arms high, slow and smooth. Twist to your right hand back, left hand forwards. Backstroke your arms, pivot your heel down through warrior two. And right hand lifts, reverse your warrior, reach higher. Side lunge into your right knee, facing the side. To transition to the front of the mat, sweep it round. Hello, right knee down through low lunge. Reaching the arms forwards and up, you're breathing. And frame your foot. We're meeting in our down dog. Step back, flow back. Have a little moment of stillness or rest or something more wriggly, more mobile. Take what you need, giving your body plenty of time to unfold from the cold, from your night's sleep. Every breath into new space. Blowing away the cobwebs this morning, waking us up. Let's take one more breath in, hips high, soft shoulders. Can you keep smiling back towards your feet? This time as you breathe, roll to a plank, feeling strong.
Bend the knees just a little bit. Sit back. Send your hips high through down dog. Same again. Ripple to plank. Bend the knees, sit back, stretch back, hips high in your dog. One more time, like a wave rolling through the body. Bend the knees, send your hips high through down dog. This time as you roll to a plank, pause. Bring both knees down, come back through all fours. Stick your bum up, lift your chest as you look forwards. Keep your hips stacked above your knees. Walk your hands forwards, arms are straight-ish. We're melting heart and armpits and face down to the floor. See if you can relax across your shoulders, softening your jaw. Breathing into the whole circumference of your rib cage. Every breath, finding that new space, inflating it like it's a balloon. One more breath here. And with a little scoop of the belly in, let's bring the forearms down and slide forwards onto the pelvis for a Sphinx pose. Rearrange your elbows beneath your shoulders. Press your forearms down and float that balloon of your rib cage a little lighter, more buoyantly towards the sky. Shoulders down the back, head is poised elegantly on the spine, and you can feel the firmness of the ground beneath you. Can you still breathe into the back of your lungs? And then lowering down, hands beneath your shoulders. Tuck your toes, scoop the belly in without changing your facial expression. You're pressing back up strong through your plank pose. Good. Send your hips high, softening the shoulders, down dog. Ready to flow once again around the mat. So lift your left leg to the sky, spreading your toes. Stepping forward smoothly, lightly through high lunge. Reaching the arms high, breathe, open up. Cactus the arms, soften back knee, hovering down. Reach the arms high, lengthen your waist. Twist to your left, left hand back, right hand forwards. Backstroke your arms, pivot the heel down through warrior two. Left hand lifts, reversing your warrior. Left hand fab. Then side lunge into your left knee, facing the side. To transition to the front of the mat, sweep it round. Frame your right foot, left knee down. It's low lunge, reaching the arms forwards and up. Breathe, opening. Wonderful. Then frame your foot, step back, flow back. It's your vinyasa, your transition of choice. This moment just for you. Going slower will get you stronger, and it will help you just feel into the possibilities of space. Lovely. Check you're not holding anything unnecessarily heavy or dense or stressed in your shoulder, your neck, your face. How high can you get your hips lifting to the sky? Can you still breathe into the whole of your rib cage, refreshing? Same flow, you've all got it now, back to the front. So left leg to the sky, lifting it high, stepping forward smoothly, slowly through high lunge, reaching the arms high, breathe, stretch through your fingers, cactus the arms, soften back knee, hovering down, reaching the arms high, lengthen your waist, twist to your left, left hand back, right hand forward, soft shoulders, backstroke your arms, pivot the heel down, rearrange through warrior. Left hand lifts, reversing that warrior. Side lunge into your left knee, face the side of your room. To transition to the front, make it a low lunge. Left knee comes down, reach the arms forwards and up. You're breathing. And frame your foot, take it back through your vinyasa, stepping or flowing any extra shapes you want to move along the way. Any moments of stillness and rest. Let's check in with our shoulders in particular. Can you find a lightness and ease around these strong muscles? In our down dog, pressing the floor away, get your hips lifting high. Try this little flow, really slow with your breath. So rise to your tiptoes, lift your heels high. Slow motion, heels stretch back to the floor. Breathing in, feeling light onto your tiptoes and heels stretch back, pressing the floor away. Lovely. One more time. We're finding this springiness in our feet. Pushing the hands down, heels stretch back to the floor. This time, rise to tiptoes, bend the knees, look forward, and step, walk, or float forward. Woo, lightly, good, forward fold. Let's lift up halfway, lengthen, reset here. Folding down, a little scoop of the belly in. Let's bend the knees, sit to chair, reach the arms high, lift your chest. Forward fold, sweep the arms down behind you to the sky. Same again, bend the knees, lifting up light and buoyant. Big exhale, flowing through space. A few more times. Enjoy moving with your breath, releasing anything that's heavy. Fast or slow, completely up to you. Feel the air brushing past your skin as you go. Good. One more time. Big release, release your week. Made it to the weekend. Good. Back to chair pose. Let's pause at the top here. Stepping into your right foot, lift up your left knee. And as you stand tall, interlace your hands around your left shin. Press your right foot into the floor, lift your knee higher. Float your rib cage like a balloon, slightly higher. Breathe into the whole of that rib cage. Feeling your right foot on the floor, trust that strong leg as your foundation, maybe lifting your gaze to look up. Feeling your foot on the floor, trust your leg, maybe lean back a little. Keep your breath flowing. Look at the sky and see if you can feel the ground beneath you. Lovely. The next time you breathe in, come back through center, releasing your knee. Send the leg behind you, fingers behind you. Slow motion. We're taking a deep step back down the mat. Landing on the ball of your back foot, bring your heel down for warrior one here. Front knee is bent. Reach the arms high, lift up. Interlace your hands behind your lower back. Rearrange your back foot to feel more comfy. Press down through back heel, tuck your bum, lift your chest, your shoulders back. As you look up, you can stay here or bowing forwards. Humble warrior inside your front knee. Let your head be heavy, relax the neck. Smile towards your left toes. Can you lift those hands a little higher? Trust the strength of your legs to hold you. That strong foundation. Still breathing. One more breath. Float your knuckles slightly higher. Then releasing the hands through warrior one. As you reach the arms high, lift your back heel, lift a little higher, high lunge. Twist to your right, right hand back, left hand forwards. Backstroke the arms, pivot your heel down through warrior two. Right hand lifts, reverse your warrior, this time a little different. So back through warrior two, slow and smooth. Right elbow to thigh, reach left arm up and over, side stretch. Same again, back through warrior two, really light. Right hand lifts, reach higher, keep that front knee strong. One more time to the front, reaching up. Elbow to thigh, reach your left arm up and over. This time is your back through warrior two. We'll reverse warrior last time. Reach that right arm a little higher. And then coming back through center, sweep your right hand forwards, find your brick or book on the floor, tap it forwards, float left leg, left arm to the sky, kicking through your toes, reaching up through your fingers. It's the breath that keeps us light and buoyant. Can you breathe yourself lighter here? Option to bend up your back knee and see if you can reach your back foot with that left hand. Japasana. Good. If you've got the foot, kick it into your hands, lean back a little. Check your breathing. Super slow motion. We're taking a deep step back down the mat, landing in warrior two, like nothing happened at all. Good. Soft shoulders. Take a breath, replenish. Right hand lifts, reversing that warrior. Side lunge into your right knee. You're facing the side of the room. To transition to the back, sweep it round. It's a low lunge. Right knee comes down. Reach the arms forwards. You're breathing. And frame your foot. Take your way back. Any movement that you need after what we've just done. No hurry. Don't rush it. Don't force it. See if you can let the breath guide your movements. And find that way of opening up bit by bit. Good. Checking in that everything still feels okay. Nothing too heavy, too stressed, too strained. Lovely. As we meet back in down dog, hips high, soft shoulders, still flowing smoothly, calmly with breath. Lift your right leg to the sky. Keep that leg high. Bend your knee, open the hip. Point your knee up higher to the sky. Press down through your hands to lift your knee higher, squeezing your heel in closer towards your bum. Good. Now lengthen that right leg, slow and smooth, stepping forward, gliding through our high lunge, reaching the arms high, lift, open up. Cactus the arms, soften back knee, hovering down here, reaching the arms high, lengthen your waist. Twist to your right, right hand back, left hand forwards. Backstroke the arms, pivot the heel down, warrior two. And right hand lifts, reverse warrior to stay. Reach higher, lunge deeper, breathe into new space. See if you can soften your shoulders. Trust the strength of your legs as you lift to the sky. Last breath. Back through warrior two, soften your shoulders. Take a breath, breathe, reaching out. Right hand lifts, reverse your warrior, ready to flow. Side lunge into your right knee, facing the side. To transition to the front for low lunge, right knee comes down. Sweep the arms forwards and up. Reach. This time, cactus the arms, lunge deeper. Sweep the arms forwards. Same again, breathe, lift and open. Good, cactus the arms, lunge a little deeper. Find your flow, one more version of that. Big exhale. And as you reach the arms high, this time, pause at the top. Maybe your arms stay straight. Maybe you take hold of opposite elbows above your head. Press your front foot into the floor. Tuck your bum, coax your elbows, the armpits, the whole balloon of your rib cage, a little higher to the sky. Maybe beginning to lean back slightly. You're opening and breathing into the whole of that rib cage, expanding. Good, soft face, one more breath. Pick yourself back up through center, release your hands. We're bringing the right elbow across to outside left thigh. Hands come into prayer. Lift your chest to your thumbs, shoulders down the back, lengthen your waist. How bright and open, how spacious can you feel? Breathe into all of that space in your lung capacity. Every breath filling you up. This next transition, we're not going to let our hands touch the floor. Look down, unravel, begin to tuck your back toes. Lift your back knee, reach both arms to the sky, high lunge. And then turn all 10 toes to point towards the right side of your room. Hands on hips, rearrange your stance as you need. And float that rib cage a little lighter like a balloon. Shoulders back, take a breath, feeling bright. Hinging from your hips, diving forward. Tear the mat in half with your heels. Can you bring the weight forwards into your toes? At the bottom, shake out your head, relax the neck. Staying here, or maybe your hands slide down the back of your legs. You could catch your ankles or big toes or touch the floor. Let's see if we can bring the weight forwards into your toes and get your hips lifting higher to the sky. Good. One more breath wherever you are. And then bringing both hands down, touching the floor in front of your face. Let's lift up halfway, lengthen your waist, shoulders back. Walk your hands forwards in the direction you're facing. Spread your fingers. See if you can get your hands flat onto the mat. And as you breathe, rise to your tiptoes, bend your knees, and either step or hop your feet lightly next to each other. Bringing your knees down for a high kneeling position. Hips and shoulders are stacked above your knees. Keep facing the side of the room that you're facing. Bring your hands into prayer and have a little tuck of your bum under. Float your rib cage a little higher. This is not a back bend. This is going to be one long line from our knees all the way up to our shoulders. We're going to lean back in that one long line as far as you can until you absolutely hate me, and then come all the way back up. Good. Make sure you're not sticking your bum out. Make sure you're not puffing your chest out. Do that a few more times and see if you can still breathe. I want you to feel the strength of your legs, your core. Good. Last time to lean back. Enjoy that strength.
Then pick yourself back up through center and send your right leg out straight to the back of the mat. Reach your left arm to the sky, uplifting. Up and a little side stretch, slightly over, soft shoulders. Let's glide our way back up through center. Spread your fingers, left hand down, reach right arm up and over. It's gate pose. You're welcome to stay here and breathe. Or maybe pick up your left knee, cross left ankle behind right ankle. Or maybe shimmy onto your left foot, pick up your right knee, tap that right foot behind your left leg and turn your belly, your chest towards the sky, wild thing. And see if you can reach up and back towards the front of the room. In the room, if you can look at me and wave, you've made it. Morning. Hey, come all the way back round. Bring your left hand down. Step or sweep or swivel round through plank. There's a vinyasa. We were just turning ourselves inside out. Whatever you need to do in this moment to recover from however that felt. Don't force it. Maybe there's a moment in child's pose. Checking in with that sense of space within you. Can you breathe, replenishing that space? Wonderful. Let's take one more breath. Meeting back in down dog. You're feeling a bit funny. You okay? Just not, you do your own thing. Meeting back, downward facing dog. And as you breathe, rise to tiptoes, bend the knees, look forward. Step, walk or float forward, lightly forward fold. Good, let's lift up halfway, lengthen, reset. And folding down, scooping the belly in. Lovely, this time bend your knees, reach the arms high, lifting up light. Soften the shoulders. Once you're there, sit down lower. We're staying here. You might interlace your fingers above your head. Press your palms to the sky so you're bright across the chest. And then take some movement into all of these sticky places around the rib cage, around the spine, around your lungs. We're seeing if we can just find a bit more space, opening up space for our breath. Breathing in to blow away the cobwebs. The next time you breathe in, coming back through center, so pressing your palms high, lift the chest, step straight into your left foot, pick up your right knee, flip your hands round to take hold of your shin, lift the knee higher, driving your left leg into the floor. Float your rib cage, feeling that left foot on the floor. We're trusting that as we uplift our gaze slightly. And some of us might trust our legs so much that we lean back. Still feeling the ground beneath us, opening up to the sky above, and breathing into all of the space in between. Good, let's pick up through center, lift your knee. Slow motion, send the leg behind you, fingers behind you. We're taking a deep step back down the mat. Once the toes come down, pivot the heel down. It's warrior one. Front knee is bent, reaching the arms high. Once again, interlacing fingers behind your back. Maybe this time the other thumb is on top. Rearrange that back foot a little. Press down through that back foot. Tuck the bum, float your rib cage, shoulders back, lift your gaze. Staying here or bowing forwards inside your front knee. As you get to the bottom, relax the neck. Can you smile towards your right big toe? Floating the knuckles a little higher. Keep drawing your left hip back. Feel the strength of your foundation. Lovely, releasing your hand. Coming back up through high lunge. Once you reach your arms high, you're lifting your back heel. Feeling steady. Cactus the arms, soften back knee, hover down. Reach the arms high, lengthen your waist. Twist to your left, left hand back, right hand forwards. Backstroke the arms, pivot the heel down, warrior two. Left hand lifts, reverse warrior, flowing here, back through warrior two, nice and light. Elbow to thigh, reach right arm over, take your side stretch. Keep it going, breathe, feeling light. Left hand lifts, trust the strength of your legs here. One more time, you're opening above that strength.
The next time you're back in your reverse warrior, we'll make that the last time your left arm is lifting to the sky. Sweep it all the way forwards. Find your brick or your book at home. Tap that forwards and float your right leg, your right arm to the sky. We're flying. Extend through your toes and up through your fingers. And breathe. Breathe to feel a little lighter, more buoyant. Option here to bend your back knee. Reach for your back foot with your right hand, kicking your foot into your hands. Lean back, feeling open. Check your breathing in that effort. One more breath. Nice and lightly, deep step back down the mat. Smoothly gliding through warrior two. Left hand lifts, reverse your warrior, side lunge into your left knee, Skandasana. To transition to the back of the mat, make it a low lunge. Left knee down, reach the arms forwards, you're breathing. Wonderful, and frame that foot. Step back, flow back, your vinyasa, however you get there. Penultimate one, feel free to skip it. Have a little extra wriggle along the way. Wonderful. As you meet back in your down dog, soften your face. Get those hips high. Check you're not tensing too much into your shoulders. Finding that lightness and space in your body. Let's come back to the breath. One more breath in. Bringing this flow home our last time around the mat. So left leg to the sky, lift it high, keep it high. Bend your knee, open the hip, point the knee up higher to the sky. Press down through your hands, lifting that knee higher, making sure that it's your left leg that's high in the sky. So lengthening out left leg, slow and smooth. Stepping between the hands smoothly, gliding through high lunge. Good, reaching the arms high, lifting up. Cactus the arms, soften back knee, hovering down. Reach the arms high, lengthen your waist. Twist to your left, left hand back, right hand forwards. Backstroke the arms, pivot your heel down. Warrior two, left hand lifts. Stay in reverse warrior, lunge deeper, tuck your bum, lift your chest higher. Try to get that arm straight to the sky. Energize through your fingers and breathe. Lunging deeper, trust those strong legs. Take one more breath in here. Side lunge into your left knee, facing the side. We're transitioning to the front of the mat. Sweep it round. Bring your right foot, left knee down. Circle the arms forwards and up. Breathe. Cactus the arms, big exhale. Lunge deeper, sweep the arms forward. Cactus the arms, lunge. Trust the strength of your legs as you breathe. You're lifting and opening. And last time, cactusing the arms. This time as you reach your arms high, you can keep them straight up or take hold of opposite elbows above your head. Maybe switch the other forearm in front. Press your front foot down more. Tuck the bum. Float your elbows, the whole balloon of your rib cage a little higher. Some of us might lean back, but check you can still breathe. Use the strength of your legs and the floor beneath you to feel really steady in this moment. One more breath, lifting a little higher. Releasing the elbows, lift up through your left arm a little more. Take that side stretch, bring the elbow across to outside right thigh. Hands into prayer, lift your chest to your thumbs, shoulders down the back. How bright and open can you feel? Good, breathing into new space. Head is floating on the spine. And this next transition, we're seeing if we can do without touching our hands on the floor. So look down, begin to unravel. Lift your back knee, reach your arms high through your high lunge. Turn all 10 toes to point to the left side of your room. Interlacing your fingers behind your back. Last time, pressing the feet down. Lift the chest, shoulders back. And hinging forward, take your time finding your forward fold. Once you get down to the bottom, shake out the head, soften the neck. Maybe float those knuckles a little higher. You can bend one knee at a time. You can take a little sway from side to side. Seeing what feels good to ease into your body. Breathing into any new space.
legs and placing your hands down, touching the floor. And hands down, lift up halfway, lengthening. Walk your hands forward, spread your fingers, plant your hands down, rise to tiptoes, really pushing the floor away. Bend the knees and hop your feet lightly next to each other. Hop your knees down, high kneeling position, hips and shoulders stacked above the knees. Keep facing the side of the room that you're facing. And hands can come onto your lower back for a little support, either pointing down or up with your fingers. See if you can tuck your bum under like we did when we were on the floor, pressing our lower back into the floor. Then float your rib cage like a balloon a little higher. Point the elbows behind you, lift your chest, lift your gaze. And you're in camel pose, staying somewhere where you can breathe. If it's comfortable, your hands might reach back and take hold of your heels, but you're not leaning back. You're sending your hips forward. Good. Send your heart to the sky and breathe. Literally turning yourself inside out. Lovely. With a scoop of the belly in, pick yourself back up through center. If you need to, untuck the toes, sit back to the heels and round the back. Give yourself a little slouch. Feel the back of your body again. Then picking up through your high kneeling position, we're sending our left leg out straight to the back. Reach your right arm up to the sky. Little uplift. Little side stretch if it feels good. Back through center, spread your fingers, right hand comes down, reach left arm over, press into the floor, peel your body open. Staying here, lovely morning stretch, or picking up your right knee, cross right ankle behind left ankle, or pivoting onto the right foot, pick up your left knee, tap that foot behind your right leg, turn your belly, your chest to the sky, wild thing. Try to reach up and wave at me. Good. Hi. Good. Send your belly to the sky. Come all the way back around. Bring your left hand down. Step or swivel through plank. There's a vinyasa if you want it, or you can skip it. Guess what? We're meeting in child's pose. Good. So however you get there, enjoy the journey. Sit back towards your heels, belly towards the thigh, let your forehead come down, and maybe just let your hands rest by the side of your legs, allowing your shoulders to round, let your head drop down. Close your eyes, curling up nice and small. Take a moment to come back into your body. And see if you can send your breath to just replenish yourself here, to fill up all of that space that you have cultivated. Few more slightly deeper breaths. Coming back down to earth after all of that movement, all of that big opening shape. We'll take one more breath here. And then popping your hands either side of your knees, just on the floor. Lift up enough that you can tuck the toes under and flip onto the soles of your feet for a standing forward fold towards the back of your mat. Shake out your head. You can stay here, or you can hook first two fingers around your big toes. Maybe you bring the weight forwards into your toes slightly so your bum hikes higher. But see if you can draw the shoulders away from the ears. And breathe into your back. Feeling the back of the legs, singing. We'll take one more breath. Releasing the hands, bending the knees, and hands on hips, press your feet down, come all the way up through to standing. And just check as you get to the top that everything is where it should be. Two arms, two legs, all there. Good. Well done, everyone. I promise no more round and round. Well done for working out your lefts and rights and fronts and backs. We've got one last little moment. I'm going to give a few options for how you would like to explore this feeling of opening yourself up and really moving away from our habits. Some of us might be turning ourselves inside out. So make sure you can see me at the back. So move around a little. I'll show you your options. Option one, well, we're all starting from this Malasana pose.
coming down into a squat, heels in, toes out. And you can borrow your neighbour's brick, or you can ask me for an extra one if you don't want to do too much and you want to just sit on your throne and have a nice supported pose here. And we would bring one arm in front of one shin and then reach the other one up and see how much you can open up. Reaching high, maybe twisting the arm behind you. You might begin to work towards, if you've got long arms, without forcing it, a bind, but without collapsing down. So we're seeing if we can be really bright and open, moving away from forward facing. So that's option one, with or without your little throne, your bricks. Or we're coming towards wild thing one last time, but from this shape here, which means that we really notice how much we're trusting the strength of our legs. So we reach back with one hand, not too close because you'd have to be really flexible. So big reach back. Notice how my fingers are pointing towards the back of the mat. As much as feels okay for your joints, could you turn your fingers to point towards the midline of your mat? And your hand is probably towards the edge of the mat, fingers pointing to the other edge. Then pressing your feet into the floor and seeing if you can lift and open up and really peeling yourself open as much as you can. And then coming all the way back round, trusting the strength of your legs to get you back round. So you can do that. If you are like me and you're getting a bit close to touching the floor here, I have to remember that I have two legs. Most of my weight is in my left leg. So I'm like, oh, could I bring more weight to sway over into my right leg? And that just helps me bring my hand down into wheel pose. Fingers point the other way. So my right fingers are pointing towards the center of the line. And maybe I come all the way out that way. And when you get really confident with it, you can go around quite smoothly. I'm not feeling confident today with it. Otherwise I'd show you. And we call that the Matrix, because it's like that scene in the Matrix where he's getting shot at in slow motion. Yeah? And not a very useful life skill unless you're in slow motion. If that's my way of getting into wheel today, if you don't like my way, but you love wheel, please do wheel instead. So loads of options, all about opening yourself up. You'll go, breathe. Remember, it's all about trusting the strength of your legs. And we start from this Malasana squat. Whether or not you're sitting on bricks or not is fine. Good. If you want to do this wild thing variation in the room, let's all reach back with our right hand first. And turn your fingers to point towards the door side of the room. Big reach back, huge reach back. Good. Press into the floor. Use your strength of the legs. Send your hips high. Reach up and back. And if you're getting close to touching the floor, bring your weight into that left leg. Sway your weight towards the door. Then turn your other fingers, your left fingers away from the door and see if you can push down and come out the other way or come out like a normal person. Well done. Good. Great. Try the other way. Good. I'm just going to come around and encourage some of you who are getting a bit close. Placement of the pointing of the fingers is really good. Great. Bring your weight into this leg a bit more. And then reach up and imagine you're touching the floor. You're like this far away, really close. Good. Breathe. Send your hips high. You can do this, can't you? Easy, no problem. I might get people... Oh, yeah, good point. Great. Have a few goes, and then when you're ready, we're going to come down to seated. Yeah, press down, really grip on. Yeah, and press down through your legs and lengthen through your arms. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Beautiful. Good. Lovely. Breathing, whatever you're doing, finding that space. Tuck the chin in. Wonderful, Abby. Well done. Good. Taking a few breaths. Once you've made it down to seated, notice how that feels. Turning yourself inside out is crazy. I'm expecting us all to feel a little bit of the effects in our lower back because we've just compressed our back a little bit. So we're going to give it a bit more space now. So bring the soles of the feet together and the knees out to the side. Send your feet a little bit further forwards than you might normally. Resist the temptation to pull yourself down. And unless you know you've got any disc problems in your back, we're letting our spine round forwards. So let the belly soften, let the shoulders relax, let the fingers and toes ungrip. And see if you can let your head drop forwards completely into gravity. Close your eyes.
And let your awareness sink back down into all of that space you've created. Imagine your breath nourishing and replenishing that space that you have created. And every exhalation, letting go of the effort of whatever that last moment felt like. Good. I really recommend sliding the feet a little further forwards for some of us. See how that feels. One more breath. And then with care, beginning to lift up away from your legs. Take your time. Your head can stay quite heavy. Use your hands to encourage your knees back in towards one another again. Feet down, knees pointing up at the front of your mat. So shuffle forwards if you need. Reaching your arms out in front of you, you're going to tuck the bum under and see if you can roll really slowly down through the spine. So we're strengthening the front, but you're also lengthening the back. Each part of your spine is coming down a little bit further back than the last. Placing yourself back down onto the ground. And once you're down, lifting your right ankle, crossing right ankle over left thigh, flex the toes. Stay here or maybe reach down, take hold of the back of your left leg and gather this little shape of the legs in towards you without overly straining. Ungrip your fingers a little bit. Feel the back of your body nestling gently into the floor. And see if you can send your breath into the back, into the ground beneath you, into those muscles we've been working, back muscles. So staying here for one more breath. Then releasing your hands, place your left foot down, cross right thigh over left, bump your hips slightly to the right, and let your knees just drop all the way over to the left. Taking a twist, let the arms drape wide. Allow the layers of your body to slowly unravel here. Releasing all of the efforts, all of the concentration. Beginning to rest. No hurry. When it feels like the right time, we're going to come back through center and take the same little two shapes to the other side. So picking up left ankle, cross it over your right thigh. Let the knee drop out to the side, maybe reach down and gather this little shape of the legs in towards you. Don't force it. Feel the back of your body on the floor and just breathe into the back. Movement or stillness, whatever you need. And when you're ready, taking it into a twist, pop the right foot down, cross left thigh over right, shuffle your hips slightly over towards the left side of your mat. So there's space for your knees to drop over. If you don't like this twist and you prefer something else, please do it. You can unravel the leg. Letting any final tension, any final resistance begin to melt away. Beginning to let yourself rest. And eventually unwinding your way back through to center. As you come through to center, have a little roll around on the floor. Is there anywhere else you need to go? And really, with as little fuss as possible, we're melting into a final place of stillness and rest here. Not here for too long, just somewhere where you can settle. Where you can bathe in the effects of your yoga practice. Feel those effects shimmering through you, filling you up from the inside, replenishing you. Final few moments to rest and let go. Beginning to deepen your breath. You can take a slightly slower, smoother breath in here. And let it go. One more of those if you need it today. And then with great care, with great generosity, guide your knees in towards you. Give yourself a well-deserved hug, a little squeeze. Feel the back of your body on the floor. And as you gather yourself back up, as you collect yourself together, any final movements here, any transition that works for you, we will eventually be meandering our way up to something like a comfortable seated position, seeing if you can sit tall with a lightness through the body, that rib cage still floating like a little balloon above the pelvis. Don't try too hard. And as you get there, today we'll finish by bringing the hands together in front of your chest and keeping the thumbs and the little fingers connected. Just blossom open the middle 3 fingers of each hand into Lotus Mudra. Little metaphor for our practice today, this feeling of opening up to the world around us, but also creating loads of lovely space and breath within us. So feeling that here, take a slightly deeper breath in through the nose. And let it go. And peeling the hands back together again. Bowing the head gently. And with gratitude, honoring the traditions of the yoga practice. And well done, everyone. Have a wonderful weekend. Thanks for going round and round with me. Hopefully we're feeling a bit more like, ready for whatever you're up to next. Enjoy. And any questions, come and chat. And we'll do something different next week. It won't be round and round. Thanks for joining at home. Well done. Bye. Take care.